back to episode 9, everybody. Picking up here in the lamenters jail. Moving on forward to get the jail wrapped up before we head on over and get started on Castle Ensis. Let's see here. I guess we can give this a go for a bit. God, that thing. That's the only weapon we have. It's that freaking heavy? Holy shit. Okay, guess not. So you want something to do big damage. As possible. Anything with a proc would be nice. So we're going to be fighting more of the jar guys and regular jars and stuff like that. However, if you guys remember me speaking last episode, I do believe this area might be a little bit above our level. Not bad, but the enemies are going to have more health. And this is the last thing to do here, so there's no point in coming back later. We've already, done it all, so we're obviously going to be good. But I do want to mention that. So this is set up in a way where there's going to be 2 locked doors. One gets you into the upper level, one gets you into the lower level. So we got to search for our keys, then progress forward. As you see, locked. Now, before we start at the end of the last episode, I decided not to put this in that episode as I wanted to just go through and get better notes. We know where their items were, but navigating this place can be quite a pain in the ass. We got a really good handle on it now after spending another hour going through. So we're good, but yeah, that's why I just want a little bit more time to make this as smooth as possible. So, we're going to jump out, and he's going to try to grab you. That's what you want to avoid, because it does a lot of damage. And it's not just here. It's going to start getting tougher. From this point on, the entirety of the game, the DLC, no matter what upgrade you have, enemies are going to have more health. They're going to be doing more damage, so it's good just to go ahead and get used to that. So, pretty straightforward path we're doing. Another guy coming at us. Pretty much just going straight back, hitting a dead end, then turning around and going back for that door at the start, right? So your first key's in here. So these chests are not going to contain talismans, armor sets, weapons, or anything like that. There's going to be 2 chests, one for upper level key, and one for the lower level key. So now we have our upper level key. We can go and get that door. However, there's some other stuff over here. We might as well just get into it. Chose this weapon to make things maybe a little bit easier on us, as it does do some blood loss if it ever procs. Ugh, dude, 2 charges didn't stagger him anymore. What the fuck? And a jumping attack? Yeah, as I said, they're definitely higher level. That's crazy. It's 3 charges jumping attack, no stagger. Maybe he doesn't get staggered. I'm starting to think he doesn't at this point. As I said, get a weapon that you know is going to do some damage. Because this place is just going to eat up your heals. A lot of those guys that contend with, like I said, they have a lot more health. So, going back here, get your prowling pate, lamentation. I'm going to try to actually use that in this guy. Since I haven't found a use for it, I'm not really sure what that's about. Please, I can't stand the sound. I need no salvation. Please stop, desist your wretched lamentation. I just want to see if, if that actually is going to do anything. It seems like it wants you to use that, though. He's talking about the sound. You know what? We can try to use that in the boss and see what happens. This one goes. Nope, nope. Wrong button. Go ahead and put it on over here. It's a prattling pate. There was one involved. Where is it? You're Beautiful prattling pate. That was involved in box quests. The rest weren't really for anything, but for PvP if you want to kind of say something to another player. Yeah. Anyway, so we're just gonna be heading right back to the start, going in that gate to the jail upper level. And progressing through that area. But yeah, so the prowling page is more for like PvP, just to say something to another player. That's what I got from it. Now, one was involved in box quests, but that's it. Nothing else come from the other ones that I've ever found. Nor have I heard anyone else talk about it. So going down, going in here, we're gonna go down in here, and it's gonna wrap us around. To another area, so I would like to go ahead and try to clear these guys out first. I better get them down now. When we come back up, we don't have to deal with them. weapon I know is just gonna annihilate these assholes. Because they have a lot of health, and more importantly, they just do a lot of damage, right? God, look how much damage that does now. If you guys remember, it wasn't hitting like that. It hit big time, but not like that. So we're gonna have 2 more jar guys to take out in here. And these, more importantly than the rest of the ones, feel like we can take these guys out, to be completely honest. Up top, cracked. We're going to kind of come back down here later. So this is the lower level. You know, we're locked out of it right now. But we're going to drop back down from there. And I don't want to have to deal with them towards the end of this place where we don't have many heals yet. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just better to get them off the table completely. So let's go ahead and open this door. So when we take that drop, at the end of the underground area we're about to go to, brings you back up. I want to make sure we're not locked in there. I've always done this part first before I went down, so I don't know if it opens from the other side, and I'd rather not take the chance, you know what I mean? So obviously that's the ladder we came in on, so if you go in, straight to the left, like I said, drop on down. Now we're going to go, well, you want to turn around. As we go through here, the floor is going to drop out, but we want that, so that's the way, you know, we want to go. It's coming up, just be prepared for it. Don't worry, I'm going to miss calling it out. I'm just letting you guys know now. But it's up a little bit. Not far. Like, at all. Firstly, we're going to come down here. We're going to get the clarifying horn charm +2. It's going to raise the resistance to frostbite and bleed. Now that east path, that's what's going to take us back up. Rune Arc, the random drop. There's your clarifying horn charm +2. Now we're going to take the east path, go back up the ladder. Okay, so that's going to bring us in this room. The next path we have is going to be the drop of the floor. I don't remember anything over that way. Alright, like I said, that's the gate we unlocked. Now what we want to do is just go straight across. And that's why I like that path, because it brings you like into a little circle, loops you right back around exactly where you want to go up. You know what I mean? It's just kind of perfect. And that's why I said I went through and went over my notes before we started this episode. I found the best path forward is now, you know, like I said, all about navigation, because now it's just set up perfectly for us. You know what I mean? It's just much better. And finding better routes, so we're not hopping around more than we have to be. It's just real smooth. So this is your floor dropping out here. I was walking around the side to see if there's anything you can do about it, but I don't really think there is. You're not going to jump that far anyway. It does like it's supposed to happen, and that's kind of what we want anyway. Now it's going to put us in the area to get our key and some other stuff as well. Our first door on the right is just going to be some items. Well, actually, this is actually really important. So as you go to the first door on your right and you go up, you're going to see this wall. Make sure you smack this. So the lower jail key gets you to the lower jail. You progress through that, it takes you to the boss. It's easy to forget about this, but do not forget about this, because when we get the other key, we'll actually be able to get in there and get a utility item too. So it's like a key that's used for 2 different cell doors, pretty much. We call it tibia more crafting. Alright, so we're done with this little dead end. Now what we're going to do is, I guess I could show you guys the route before we take our side route really quick. Oh, you prick. So that's the path we want to take for the key. However, if you go all the way to the top, I would forget about him. Goodbye. So, you just follow straight forward, you're going to see that drop. We did take out the guys. I was like, yeah, this is the room where I said take out the guys so we don't have to worry about them later when we're out of heals. You guys remember that? So that's that room. And there's the jail, the other jail key we needed, that door. Now, we can kind of just work our way out and go down. It'll be our first path on the left. Like I said, I just want to show that to bring it all back around for people and explain why we went the way we did about it. Just jump your gap. Now this is going to drop us down to a bunch of littler pots and some bigger ones as well. Now the little pots will like smack you back to back and it'll like just melt your health. It's quite annoying. They're just like barely hitting you and your health just bye-bye. So to me, this is where this place can be annoying if you aren't careful. And look at the damage they can't even do the basic ass pot. You know, it's like what the fuck is going on? That worked. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a handful of them, and we're going to have some guarding a chest, and the chest is what we're going to want to get the key that we need. Before we deal with them, though, up here, that's a little hit. Look at that damage it's doing. We'll get to him later. And I did say, because we didn't have enough hefty cracked pots to deal with that burn golem. I said we could do the jail because we have 3 and we need like 4. I did say we could do the jail first and then we'd have enough, but you know, we ended up just taking them out already anyways. What we did is we're following along and we used the pots because you gotta fight them from above. So what we did was we just used the pots we had and then ran down, de-aggroed them, crafted pots, and ran back up to finish them off. I was like, that should have came a little quicker. Alright. Gonna go to the back corner. I actually think the little ones for the first time ever are bigger pain in the ass than the big ones. That's why I recommended something that's really going to get damage off in here. You know, they're kind of above our level a bit. And as I mentioned, no matter where you really go, it's going to be like that for the rest of the DLC. The enemies are just going to have a lot of health and do a lot of damage. That's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and get your lower level key for the jail. Come out, crafts and stuff. Okay, now we are good to head on out, as I'm pretty sure we've gotten everything. Quick little look here. Alright. So we just exited from the same place we came in at. In fact, what we can do is, if you're looking dead at the chest, just go right past it to the left, and this kind of just brings you back up to, you know, go back to where we were. And also, since we have the jail key now, instead of taking that drop, we're going to go take the illusionary wall path first, so we can go ahead and get that item and not forget about it. Now, my original notes, we were going to, you know, take out everything else and come back for it. And that's what I said, I want to take better routes because it makes more sense to do it now. I don't know why, you know, I had it like that originally. I need to go back down to that door. Do get us back up where the illusionary wall was that we smacked. We can take this. Like I said, this is gonna get us a like a utility item. Not that, obviously. Lamenting visage. So this is weird. It's a lantern of sorts. Or actually, oh, it's actually a weapon, not a utility item, right? Yeah, it's gotta be. Okay, physical 71 plus scaling on strength. Reading about it, a stone lantern carved to, excuse me, I swallowed. A stone lantern carved to resemble a lamenting human head. The eyes vacantly become out light, can be raised up when equipped in the left hand, illuminating more of the surrounding area. The usual expression somehow imparts a sense of contentment, the languid ease of one who needs not sight. Unique skill, blindfold of happiness. Swing the head while covering the eyes, unleashing a wail of lamentation while temporarily making the user of the skill harder to see. To those who seek happiness, blindness is bliss. So, is it a weapon or utility item? Because the way, yeah, it's a weapon, but the way you read about it, and it says in the left hand and all that shit. Oh, we didn't put it in the right spot. I never checked it out before I just read it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So, holding L1 gives you some light, and L2. Oh, so we can just kind of make ourselves invisible. Okay, that's kind of exactly what the boss uses on us who we're about to fight, guys. Just to let you know. I know it drops us near the area we're trying to get to, so it works. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we just do the same thing, go all the way back up top. We can drop down, we've already taken out the guys. And somehow we made it through this whole place and still have 6 heals. That's extraordinarily rare. Because usually I'm going to the boss fight with like 1 heal or no heals and like half health. That happened when I was taking notes on my other playthrough that I take notes on. Alright. Okay, and check. So this pretty much, using this key, just takes you straight to the boss. So like I said, the boss is going to do that. He's going to lament himself, I guess is what it's called, to make him harder to see, but he's also going to summon up clones. So use your summons, because Lord knows he's going to. In fact, he's going to be using like 10 clones at a time. And it's kind of like that witch fight in Dark Souls 3. You got to figure out which is the right one. I also like this weapon a lot for dealing with him. He's got a lot of health, guys. He's got a lot of health. And it's about to start his bullshit. He's going to be pretty much using that weapon stuff. So you can take these guys down and smack them. You're trying to find the right one. For some odd reason, while he has the clones up, he takes even less damage. Look at the damage to like virtually nothing, right? I can find like an obvious weakness he had. I'm sure there is one. But I never found it. Like, like dragons, or the one dragon, frostbite dragon, ghostbite dragon, the weak to holy. I haven't found nothing really obvious like that for him. Is he immune to blood loss as well? We can kind of work him down, but I don't see any big procs coming off. I've fought him with base weapons and weapons. Now the blood loss weapon, I'm not seeing any known weaknesses here. So that's the Lamenter's Mask. Now, I told you we get 2 kinds of dragon form. That's like an omen form. So, you take off all your armor, utility item, you put it on, it gives you, like, you'll look how he did, like an omen form. So, there's that. So, might be worth a mention. From there, oh, I did forget to use that damn item we found on the mask. But it wasn't guaranteed to work anyways. However, guys, from here, we're all ready to go on the castle front. So briefly, just going over what we've done. We've knocked out the entirety of the first zone, including Legacy Dungeon. We've knocked out everything in here. Well, we knocked out, the catacombs. We've knocked everything out in here. Dragon's Pit leading up to Charles' Grave. We've knocked out Charles' Grave 100%. So all that's done. Now, we got this out of Grace and Cerulean Coast, but until the Great Room breaks, we're locked out of here. And until we talk to a certain NPC, we can't do the quest here. So we're putting, a pin in this for now. So moving forward, we'll be going up, taking out Castle Front, and pretty much just doing all of the Scadu Altus, which will lead us over here to break the Great Rune, talk to the NPC. Then we can come back and do this stuff. But as soon as we get past Castle Insist and get the map, we'll be able to go to another optional area over here and knock out all the forges, getting us all the Smith script weapons. So that's kind of our plan moving forward. Castle Front, the boss weapon, leads us to one of the strongest weapons in the game, which is going to be really good for newer players. I'm going to highly recommend it. I used it in my first playthrough and it made a hell of a difference. But yeah, just want to let you guys know what we're working on. So let's go ahead and hop on over to Castle Front and get ready for our next episode. Alright, I think we're sort of a level or close to, yeah, it's like some sort. That ought to do her. Faith 39, looking good, about our 40 mark. Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. Strength's good for now. Dex is great. Um, Intelligence is done. Faith is almost done. Now, if there's later incantations for the DLC that need more faith, I'll get rid of the arcane and put into there so we have access to use them all and show them all off. That's just for now, so I can use like my blood flame talons and stuff like that I like. But we'll try to put them in faith later if it makes sense. The end game build is gonna be more of like a quality faith build. We'll probably take everything out of intelligence, everything out of arcane, put it all in strength to do more, like I say, quality with faith. But we don't have those weapons yet, so until then, there's some good intelligence weapons I could be using. But yeah, so if you're going along with me and want to kind of put the same builds, or because I've been through the DLC and know all the good weapons, and so if you want to follow along with that. 55, 25, 25. But yeah, we do eventually want to bring this up too. So I'm thinking after we're done with faith, let's kind of bring up endurance of mind a bit if we can, and then maybe see if we can hit 70 dex. But that's what I'm working on. Get some more, weapon scaling damage and things of that nature. But y'all stay tuned. We'll be back next episode to go ahead and take out Castle Insist, then move on into our next region, Scadu Altus, which is going to lead to us doing a run for a bunch of fragments since we get here, to bring us up to level 10, which is going to be a big help, and get us this map and this map, probably having about 80%, 90% of all the maps and all the area uncovered, so it's going to be really, really nice. But anyways, we will see y'all back here shortly to take on Castle Insist.